Okay, this video might get a little bit interesting. A lot of you are probably gonna get pretty angry at me, and that's okay. But I asked you guys for some hot takes and opinions that you have about Call of Duty, and I'm just gonna go through them and review them, see if I agree, do I disagree. So if anything, you shouldn't get angry at me. You should get angry at you guys. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's just get straight into it. So the first one is, BO2 is overrated. This might just be the most dumb comment I have ever seen in my whole entire life on YouTube. I have read hundreds of thousands of comments. I have probably received millions of comments. Yet, this is the dumbest comment I have ever read in my whole entire life. Okay, I'm kidding. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Even if it is completely wrong, you're entitled to it. That's okay. But BO2, I would not say is the most overrated COD. I mean, if you ask anyone which is their favorite Call of Duty game, they always say BO2. Maybe MWII, but it's always BO2 or MWII. It's just weird to me that many people would say that BO2 is their favorite. It's like, are we just all wrong? Maybe, but to me, BO2 is the perfect Call of Duty game. The campaign, multiplayer, zombies, it's a perfect game. We're moving on. I'm gonna get annoyed because it just isn't overrated. It is a great video game. Moving on, you're wrong, I'm sorry. MWII 2009 was arse and Ghost was great. I agree. So, first off, MWII 2009. That is the most overrated game of all time. I don't care what anyone says. Is it a good game? Yeah, sure, it's pretty fun at times, but is it the greatest Call of Duty game ever released? No, it had way too many issues. It wasn't balanced. Do I have to remind you of One Man Army? Or Painkiller? Low-key, the tactical nuke as well? Yeah, that was pretty cool, but it was just so easy to get. Every lobby would last like 2.5 minutes in its prime. It wasn't fun. When I go back and I revisit MW2, I spend more time getting angry at the game than like actually having fun. And the thing with MW2, when you are having fun, it's the greatest game of all time. But I feel like that doesn't happen too often because there's so many things in the game that just makes you get angry. The one-man army, the noob tubes, the painkiller, the game ending after 30 seconds because some guy just got a tactical nuke. You know what I mean? But if we're talking about the whole like trick shot and sniping side, that's a little bit different. I'm sort of talking about the game as a whole. But yeah, I do think MW2 is low-key ass. That's gonna get a lot of people angry, and I'm okay with that. And Ghost was great. I don't think Ghost deserved the hate that it got. The issue with Ghost is two things. The map size just being way too big. All they needed to do was swap the DLC maps with the base maps, because the DLC maps were great. They were a decent size, but by the time they came out, the game kind of died. And it also released after BO2. It doesn't matter what game came after BO2, you was never gonna top that year. It does not matter what game that would have been. You're not topping that. So Ghost just came out at a bad time. If Ghost came out maybe the year before BO2, things would be different. But yeah, I agree. Ghost, great game. I go back, I play it now, I have a great time. In its prime, I loved Ghost. Yeah, no complaints, apart from the map size. COD 4 was the most fun COD. Okay, that's an interesting one because I agree, but at the same time, I don't agree. When I think of the most fun CODs, I think of a COD that offers so much. With COD 4, it only offers a multiplayer and a campaign. Granted, they're both great, but it's missing like zombies, you know? But if we're talking about just a multiplayer experience, I might have to agree to some extent. There's something about COD 4 that was so simple, but just that's what made it great. You could just pick up a controller and go. Nowadays, there's so much like customization options. It just feels like if you pick up any new Call of Duty game 10 months into its life cycle, you'll be completely lost. You'll be so far behind. But COD 4, you could pick it up today. What, like a million years later, and jump on and you'll be fine. You can just get right into it. It was simple, and that's what made it great. But would I say it's the most fun COD? I don't know about that. Maybe the trick shot and the sniping side I could get behind, because trick shot on that game is a ton of fun with the elevators, the bouncers. Yeah, that's a ton of fun. But would I say it's the most fun? I don't know. I don't think I would. When I think of the most fun, I think of a COD that just offers so much. And COD 4 It was just simple. It didn't offer too much. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Maybe I'm going back on my words a little bit there. Great game, just not the most fun. I'm rambling like crazy, man. Jeez. This is definitely a video, by the way, that you just need to put on and just listen to in the background while you're cleaning your room or, I don't know, driving somewhere. This is a video where I'm just gonna yap like crazy, so the best thing is just stick it on in the background and just do some stuff. And let me know if I should do more videos like this. I like videos where I can just sit down and yap. They're honestly the most fun videos I can do. Anyway, let's move on. If Treyarch made Zombies in Spaceland, fans would say it's a top 3 map of all time. Do you know what? I actually kind of agree. I have played it before, much later on, and the reason I didn't play it is because it wasn't made by Treyarch. And I remember playing it years later, like literally years later, and I had such a good time, and I was so sad that I missed out on this because Treyarch didn't make it. So if Treyarch did make it, I would have played it originally, and therefore it could have been one of my favorite maps of all time. But because it was in Infinite Warfare, I can't remember who made that game. Infinity Ward, maybe? I can't remember. But yeah, because it wasn't made by Treyarch, I just never gave it a go. To be honest, I didn't really give Infinite Warfare a go, so maybe it's a bit of both. But I do wonder if they would have sort of moved it into a Black Ops game, would things be different? Because I have heard nothing but good things about Zombies in Spaceland. And I haven't played it too much, but the few times I have played it, it's been great. I've had a ton of fun, so I actually do agree with that. I think that's, yeah, pretty spot on. We all just have to accept that no remaster of an old COD game would save the franchise. And yeah, once again, I agree with this. As much as I would love them to remaster Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, MW2, MW3, COD 4, World at War, you could remaster all of them games, shove it into one sort of Master Chief Collection type of thing. That'd be great for the old heads like me and probably you watching this, but for any newer players, I don't think that would save the franchise. It was just different back then, and although I do prefer the older games, I don't think they would make sense in today's age with sort of everyone having brain rot, and they're just a bit slower games back then. When now I feel like it needs to be a bit quicker to sort of keep up with the kids playing games now. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm not scripting this video. I'm just pressing record and just going with my thoughts. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. That's weird. But yeah, I don't think that would save the franchise. It would definitely generate them a shit ton of money. It would be great, but would not save the franchise. I think the only thing that will save the franchise is if they stop yearly releases. And I was thinking about this today, actually. I think if Call of Duty stopped doing yearly releases and maybe do something that Rockstar does where they release a game every few years, but when they do, it's a great game and the hype is unreal. Like, look at GTA 6. The hype for this game is insane. I think if Call of Duty done something like that, they could generate the same sort of hype. Maybe not the same because they wouldn't do it every 13 years or whatever, but if they sort of done every 2 to 3 years, they could generate a lot of hype. I think the yearly releases just is killing the hype, and no one cares about it anymore. So I think the only way for them to save the franchise is to stop doing that, and either do it every 2 to 3 years, or take the Fortnite approach and just have one game and call it Call of Duty. I've spoke about this a million times. They just need to have one game because it's getting too confusing now. I was talking to some buddies before and they didn't even know that Black Ops 7 was out. They thought it was still on Black Ops 4. They had no idea. Like, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. I feel like they just need a whole reset. They just need to, I don't even know what they need to do. They're kind of just in the dumps. I don't know if there's any save in this franchise, to be honest. I think the name is just tarnished way too much. It's kind of at the point, and I'll be honest, it's kind of embarrassing to play COD now. And I hate to say that as someone who makes COD videos, it's pretty embarrassing when people be like, oh, what'd you make videos on? You're like, Call of Duty. It's like, really? That game? They still make those? It's just got such a bad name to it, so yeah, I don't know if there's any save in the franchise. But yeah, just that's all I can think of is either stop the yearly releases or just make one game and do like the Fortnite approach. I think that's the only way. Anyway, I need to stop yapping about this one. Jeez. COD Ghost was part of the golden era. 2007 to 2013 was peak. Yeah, I actually agree, and I would maybe even extend that to Black Ops 3. For me, the peak was COD 4. Even though I didn't play it in its prime, I played it later on, but I can see why it's in the golden era. But yeah, it was from COD 4 to Black Ops 3. I would say that is the golden era. After Black Ops 3, things just went downhill very quick. So yeah, I would say COD Ghost was definitely part of the golden era, but I would say there's sort of categories in the golden era. Like, it does extend from 2007 all the way to 2015. I would say COD 4 to World at War, so 2007 to 2008 is part of it, but not many people played them games. So the true peak of the golden era is like 2009 to 2012, and 2013 to 2015 is still the golden era, but just not as much. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Either way, I agree. Ghost, definitely part of the golden era. World at War is the best zombies, multiplayer, and campaign ever. I beat the game 10 times. I have also beat the game many a times, but I wouldn't say it's the best zombies multiplayer and campaign experience. It's great, definitely not the best. Zombies is fun. I love the atmosphere of zombies in that game, but it's just a little bit buggy, I feel like. I mean, it was the first time they ever done zombies. It was just a test at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure it wasn't even planned to be a game mode. I think they were just testing it out on the side, and it just happened to somehow make it into the final game. So yeah, it's a little bit buggy. The maps are great, but they definitely needed some work. I would say by the time Black Ops 1 came around, they really sort of got their foot in the door with zombies, and they knew what they were doing. Multiplayer, once again, just there's some issues there. It's great, but a lot of issues. Very fun campaign, but if you go back and play it today, it's sort of just the same thing over and over and over again. There's no really variety in that campaign. So like after a few missions, it kind of gets a little bit stale. But yeah, still a great game, 10 out of 10. But I just wouldn't say it's the best overall experience out of all of them three. Although Black Ops 2 is my favorite game of all time, I'd say Black Ops 1 has the best zombies multiplayer and campaign experience. I think that game just mastered all three, to be honest. So yeah, I don't really agree with that one. Infinite Warfare wasn't a horrible game. People were just tired of the boost games. Yeah and no. That is true. I think Infinite Warfare, people didn't realize that it was a good game until years later, once they realized how bad the Call of Duty games are nowadays. But still, it doesn't really feel like a Call of Duty game to me, so I would still pull it in the category of kind of bad, to be honest. It's not the best game, but I do think it was kind of unappreciated at the time, especially with the games that we get now. Like, I would pick Infinite Warfare any day over the crap that we get nowadays. But I also do think people were tired of the whole boosting mechanics. I think that was year 3 of the whole mechanics. People kind of just wanted to go back to boots on the ground. So yeah, I think I agree with that part. People were just tired of that mechanic. And I think it shows because that year COD 4 Remastered also got remastered, and everyone just played that game. And I don't think it's just because it's COD 4, it was a great game. I think it's because that was boots on the ground, and that's what people wanted. Because I remember people who didn't even play COD 4 were playing that instead of Infinite Warfare. So I agree with you. I think people were just tired of the whole boosting mechanic. World War II was pretty decent in my opinion. I wouldn't even say it was pretty decent. I would say it was great. One of the best. I love World War II. I can't really speak on the zombies mode. I never really played it, but from what I've heard, it was great. People seem to enjoy it. But I remember the campaign. That was the first thing that I played when I got the game, and I loved it. The campaign was incredible. I actually want to go back and play that again because it was so fun. And the multiplayer, once again, this is when they went back to boots on the ground. But the issue with World War II, from what I remember, is the first sort of like half a year was kind of bad. There was a lot of issues, but then they done this update and it just fixed every issue and the game was great. But Fortnite released at this time and that just took the world by storm. I think even if you had the best Call of Duty game ever, Fortnite was just such a juggernaut that it was just wiping out every game at the time. You couldn't go anywhere without seeing people talk about Fortnite. So yeah, with that game, it was just a mix of the launch kind of being arse, and then Fortnite just taking over the world. Maybe if the update came a little bit sooner, things might have been different, but yeah, World War II was a great game. I played both. I played this and Fortnite both at the same time. I think I made videos on both actually, which is kind of weird. Looking back at old Fortnite videos is always really cringy to me. I can't do it. Very weird time in my YouTube journey. But yeah, I played both. I enjoyed both. World War II, great game. It introduced a lot of cool things like the headquarters. I can't believe that they haven't brought that back. That was a ton of fun. Such a unique feature. The game mode War was one of the most fun game modes to this day. I had so much fun. If you guys remember the spot, then you know. Yeah, World War II, great game. Modern Warfare Remastered is a perfect Call of Duty. I don't know. I wouldn't say so. It's great. It's a ton of fun. I actually like the features that they added to it. I know they changed a lot of things that people didn't like. They added some things. They added supply drops. I was okay with that. I actually quite like the changes. But COD 4 as a whole is kind of basic. There's very limited stuff that they can do. So I wouldn't say it was the perfect Call of Duty. It was very fun. I enjoyed my year playing that game. To me, the perfect Call of Duty, Black Ops 2. I'm just gonna say it. Actually, outside of the campaign is kind of slow. I think the campaign could have used a little bit of work on Black Ops 2. But outside of that, perfect video game. Modern COD is not that bad, at least for zombies. I can't speak on this because I don't play zombies at all. The last time I got into zombies was Cold War, I want to say. And I grinded that out. It was so much fun. And then I think it was Vangaurd that had zombies next. And that just ripped me off, man. It was a joke. It was awful. And then I think it was Black Ops 6 that had zombies next. And it just felt like they were holding your hand the whole way. The thing that made zombies fun back in the day was sort of discovering things on your own. And they took that away. Yeah, modern zombies, not for me. Modern multiplayer, also not for me. I just don't really like the approach that Call of Duty is going down nowadays. And I think that's okay. I've accepted it. It's not for me, the modern style. Some people love it, and I'm happy for you. If you like that, great. But for me, I think I just prefer the older style. A bit more slower, a bit more life. I'll be honest, the new Call of Duty games, they just don't have a soul. I actually tweeted out saying that one of the maps that they remake, it doesn't have a soul. And some people understood what I was saying, and some people got very mad, but it kind of blew up on Twitter a little bit. I just feel like modern Call of Duty multiplayer and zombies, it just doesn't have a soul. That's just how I feel. The multiplayer in the old Modern Warfare games is bad. I feel like that comment is going to trigger so many people. It's weird though, because I kind of agree to a certain extent, because back in the day I was always a Treyarch guy. I loved Treyarch games. I just thought they were way ahead of Modern Warfare games. I don't know what it is, but Modern Warfare games I just always sucked at. But nowadays if I play the newer games, Treyarch sucks. I don't know what happened to that company, but they just cannot make a good game anymore. But the Modern Warfare games, they're a lot better than the Treyarch games. Like, I remember Modern Warfare 3, that was really fun. I actually really enjoyed that game, but Black Ops, what are we even on? Black Ops 5, so Cold War, kind of arse. Black Ops 6, arse. Black Ops 7, arse. Like, I don't know what's going on with Treyarch anymore, but they cannot make a good game. So, in a way, I agree, but don't agree. Advanced Warfare is the GOAT. Yeah, I agree. Advanced Warfare added a ton of things that I really liked. The movement, a lot of people didn't like, but I preferred it over Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare. So the issue with them games, you had to like tap A to boost, but AW, you just had to like tap it twice and it would just do it automatically. I think it was better. It flowed better. I really liked it. I loved the movement in that game. The supply drop system was introduced, and I know that didn't go down well later on, but in Advanced Warfare, I think they done it perfectly. Every time I got the little symbol at the bottom, it felt like I was getting a little Christmas present. I loved it. The map design was a ton of fun. And I believe if you didn't like the whole double jumping exo movement system, there was a game mode where you could play without that, and there was actually like ladders around the map, so the maps were designed for both exo movement and if you didn't like that, but the game mode was just kind of dead. But yeah, Advanced Warfare was the last Call of Duty game that I really grinded prestiges and just no-lifed. And that's all the way back in 2014, man. And the Exo Zombies and campaign was also pretty fun from what I can remember. It's been years. Maybe if I went back, my opinion might be different. But yeah, I can't disagree with that comment. That was a great game. I enjoyed it. Modern Warfare 3's 2011's multiplayer is just a slower, clunkier, less colorful version of COD 4 and MW2. If it didn't have so many out-of-map glitches and fun side modes, it'd easily be one of the worst CODs of all time. Racer, me and you are gonna have problems. Okay, so let's break this comment down. Slower, clunkier, less colorful version of COD 4 and MW2. I do get that part. It is a bit of a dull game, so I will give you that. I did always hate when I would see Terminal MW2 versus MW3, and the colors are just night and day. It is definitely a much duller game. Duller? You know what I mean. If it didn't have so many out-of-map glitches and fun side modes. So that part, I'm pretty sure you're talking about like trickshot on out the map. So for anyone that did trickshot on MW3, the out-maps made it so fun. That is maybe even my favorite game to trickshot on because of the out-map system. But there's a world out there where that could have easily got patched. And if that happened, it would have been a completely different game. So I do agree to some extent, but yeah, I still really enjoyed trickshotting on that game. And if you ever played some of the DLC maps, they're really good for trickshot. And they might even be some of the greatest maps for trickshot outside of the whole out-map system. Like Offshore, there's a crazy Sui at the back. That's like one of the most insane spots out of any Call of Duty game, and that's built in the game. It just sucks that it's a DLC map, so no one really played it. Man, I'm losing my voice. Jeez, I'm yapping today. But yeah, Infected, that was the greatest game mode of all time. I don't even know how many hours I've spent playing Infected. It is a disgusting amount of time. The 2v2 mode, once again, I spent so much time playing that. Okay, looking at this comment, I kind of agree with everything that you're saying, but it didn't get cut, so MW3, still a great video game. It'd easily be one of the worst CODs of all time. That's the part I don't really agree on, because MW2 was just a mess and it had a lot of issues, and I do think MW3 fixed a lot of the issues. So I don't think it's fair to say that it's one of the worst CODs, but if it didn't have all of them things, yeah, it definitely would have been not as fun as it is. But yeah, that's what makes MW3 so fun, is all of the glitches, the side modes, Infected, 2v2. That's what makes it great. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one, Racer, so let's move on. Modern Warfare 3 is the best COD since World War II, so I believe he's talking about the recent MW3, and yeah, I think I actually agree with that. Honestly, I can't really remember the CODs between World War II up until MW3. It's kind of just a blur. They've released so many, I can't really remember, but nothing stands out. So yeah, I agree. MW3, I grinded that game. That was really fun to me. I made so many videos on that. I was streaming it like every day. I was playing it off stream, off recording. I never really done that at the time. So yeah, I have to agree. It's one of the best CODs that we had in recent years. And that's rare for me to say that. I mean, you guys know how I feel about recent Call of Duty games. So for me to say that one of them is actually fun and I'm playing it off recording, yeah. It was a great game. Not much needs to be said about that. Warzone is killing this franchise. Ooh, yeah, I agree. 100%. I feel like Warzone, once that released, this franchise just went straight downhill. I think Warzone came out with Modern Warfare 2019, I believe. And for me, that is the sort of time that I really started losing interest in this franchise. So yeah, it's kind of weird that as soon as they introduced Warzone, I sort of start falling out of love with this franchise. So that makes sense. I have tried Warzone. I've never been able to get into it. It just wasn't for me. At the time of Warzone, I just preferred Fortnite. And also, I was kind of just bored of Battle Royales, so I never really played it. But I do wonder what this franchise would be like if they never introduced Warzone. I feel like it'd be completely different. So yeah, I agree with that comment. Not really much that I can say. I don't know Warzone too much, so I don't really have enough opinions on it to talk about. So yeah, let's just move on. I agree. Black Ops 1 is better than Black Ops 2. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I would say no. Black Ops 2, greatest video game of all time. But the campaign, maybe zombies, is better than Black Ops 2's campaign and zombies mode. Outside of Origins. Origins is the greatest zombies map of all time. I don't care what anyone says. But then Black Ops 1 has Moon. And Kino. Kino's gotta be like the most iconic zombie map of all time. I'm gonna disagree with that, but I can see why a lot of people will agree with you on that. So it's a tricky one for me to answer. I just have a weird love and obsession with Black Ops 2, so I can't answer that. So let me know in the comments, which one do you prefer, Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2? I feel like there could be a bit of a mix between that. And yeah, that is the final question. I have been yapping for a very long time. I did not expect this video to be that long, but yeah, if you want me to do more videos like this where I just sit down and yap to you guys. Honestly, I love making videos like this. It's so fun to me. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.